evil ones. There are many in our society today that will win today. I believe that in the future, our children, our next generation will live to remember our legacy, and they will also build on it and expand more this movement. So I want to implore you not to just relent and not to slack, and do not even collapse your integrity, your honesty, your vibrancy for any emergency structure that is just coming up and looking for opportunity to eat our country's national cake the way they have been. Like you rightly said, and I hope our listeners are also listening, that APC was a merger, and the merger was successful as a result of mistakes, and the rubbish PDP had done to us in 16 years. And we were in a hurry in 2015 to support the APC, all because we thought PDP has failed. I thank God somebody said to me in 2019, he said to me that why voting Sowore, that if you vote this guy, your vote is wasted. And thank God, right now, I've been able to reply that person that your vote for Buhari, is it not wasted as we speak? Your vote for a wrong candidate is as good as useless. No matter, the Bible also made me to understand that if you follow the multitude to do evil, it is still evil that you'll be seeing. So if I am the only one who has voted for Sowore in 2019, I really still appreciate it, and I believe my vote is not useless. And I believe my conscience is judging me right now that I did not waste that vote. And I was able to also convince a few others back then that let's not go for this person. I said in 2015, I said, neither Jonathan nor Buhari will make this country a better one. And I believe that's just the thing we should also be looking forward to. Now, neither any of all these people, even the merger that is coming up or whatsoever, is ready to make this country a better one. We should all just continue to focus. Let's not lose focus, and let's not see our chances as too slim that nothing can come out of it. But then I have this one advice. Now they have come from rigging to vote buying, and they can buy for as much as they want. And the last election in Ekiti, I was there on ground. Even my grandmother sold her vote for 8,000 naira. And I told her that in the next 4 years, please go and face your daughter, or maybe your daughter, which is my mother, will help you out in any of your economic crisis or whatsoever that will be facing in the next 4 years. But me personally, you won't come to me and I will not answer you. If you come to me, I will not answer you. I have told her, and a few others that I can also tell in the last election. So I just want us to look at a way whereby we can convince, because so many of our youth in the last election in Ekiti sold their votes. And all of these people, the ignorance they have, when I speak with them, I notice that there is a high level of ignorance. And one of the reasons for this ignorance is what is going on with ASU and all of these things. These political leaders are already, enslaving us by making sure that we do not have any sense of education that will even expose us to a better level of reasoning. And in one way or the other, even if we do not win the next election, we should ensure we continue to fight the system that will continue to enslave us. And any way we can do it, let's go local. Apart from the social media, I've noticed that whatever these people have used to enslave the populace to this level of ignorance and to this level of slavery, we also can use it, but in a new dimension. I was in my local government and I saw that people are not being registered on this ongoing registration, PVC registration, and the officers in charge are requesting for money for data, which many could not afford. And somebody somewhere who could afford to do that started cajoling people with money for data by saying they should be transferred to his or her unit so that he can use that to win the next election. And this person I'm talking about is an APC man. So it means one way or the other, these people are still working so heavily underground to ensure that the Nigerian populace are being enslaved. And I asked the officer in charge, how much is money for data? He said 200 naira. So imagine so many people who could not afford 200 naira and they could also benefit to queue behind one useless man who will use their his or her 10,000 naira to say, oh yeah, come to my polling unit. I want to decide for you who to vote for. I want to decide for you the next polling unit that you are going to be transferred to, and so many things like that. So these people are still working so very hard underground, and we need to still do that. Let's go local, and with our resources and whatsoever, we can also make these people come back to the right sense, to the right camp of making Nigeria a better place. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Ayodele. I'm going to take Makinde next. Makinde, please, can you take the floor? Makinde. Foley. Okay, I don't know if you're ready. Hello, Makinde. Okay. Alex Banji, I know you have an AAC badge there, so but take the floor. Okay, he's gone. Can you take Bolaji? Bolaji, please. Bolaji.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning. Please just tell us where you're reaching us from and take it away.
Okay, I'm spacing from Niger State, Mokwa, Niger State to be precise. And first of all, this morning, I have to say that I appreciate our father in the movement, Comrade Sowore, for, being the people's president and always trying to reach out to the people directly and not through some other persons. That's kind of leadership that we deserve in Nigeria. Leadership where the leader is one who, is not even, manage a WhatsApp group. Thank you very much. Okay, I'm just going to mention that this movement is one that started a long time ago, and it is born out of the fact that we intend, because I'm not going to say just Omoyele Sowore, I'm just going to say that we as Nigerians, even though not very many Nigerians are interested in getting Nigeria better, they just like to shout. And I've always asked this question, are we really tired? If Nigerians are tired of the high level of corruption and carelessness on the part of the people they have chosen as leaders, then they must in fact begin to take actions by, doing analysis of who's been there for them. I'm not trying to say that we're feeling entitled. I'm just trying to say that responsibility now should be the major measurement for who should become the president, who's been taking responsibility for seeing to it that our democracy that has been scattered, battered, and shattered, we get the best treatment. And I think it's Omoyele Sowore. And I've always argued that we must keep this movement pushing. Like one of our comrades mentioned here that we must get this movement local. I think that's essential. Away from social media frenzy and the push on the space of internet, I think that
It's no more.
I apologize. That was my mom. I apologize. Huh? Hello.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Please. Try and wrap up
Okay.
Because we can want to take as many people as possible. Go ahead.
Okay, so I just want to say that Nigerians must search their conscience truly. We must search our conscience truly to see to it that Sowore becomes president.
Can I answer?
Thank you very much, Bola. I'm going to put you I'm going to mute Nsidibe, and I'm going to put you as back into listener bay. I want to, just so that people can be a little bit, I mean, not a little bit, to be clear. I'm very interested, and I mean this, in raising purebred, conscientious people. Not raising, but working with you. I don't want to say I'm raising. I'm not capable of raising anybody. You're all made already. Who are not afraid to be different, who do not get carried away when people, at the period of what I call revolutionary confusion, who can stand their ground and say this is what we want, this is where we are headed, because we know this is what is right, not because it is what is available. We should stand for things that are desirable. I do not think I will be more affected than any one of you if I decide to walk away politically in 2023 and allow or not interrupt or disrupt this rogue system that is in place. See, what I've discovered is that there's an organized way politically that the Nigerian political elite work. Whenever they see where the masses are looking for so-called, they know how to organize and tweak the political system so that you are distracted. You go in the wrong direction, and then you come back, and by the time you are back to your senses, it is too late. It is the reason why I don't play these games. Whether you are appealing to me, or you are cajoling me, or you are bullying me, or anyone for that matter. A lot of people who can see through the BS will always come out and say, no, we won't fall for this. I don't get upset when people don't fall for this well-packaged confusion. It's just as we respect you, respect others. That they don't have to fall for this again. That's why anybody that uses the APC example, I'm like, do you want to have another 8 years under APC, or even 1 year, or even 1 month? Already, people are not sure of what will happen to them between today and 2023 May or June, when Buhari is expected to hand over. You are not sure of your survival. So why are you praying? Why are you praying yourself into another toxic era? Another deadly era, another hungry era, another impoverishing era. Why would you say that? So that's why I'm here. It's the reason I'm not a candidate who is afraid to start a room on Facebook, and speak and ask people to also talk to me. You know that there's no other candidate that can do that for an hour without running away. Atiku cannot come on Facebook and address you. They can't even go to the mainstream media where they have their people in prearranged interviews. Tinubu cannot do that. Other candidates cannot do that. They will want to place all
so
package.
thank you, sir. Can I talk now, sir?
Yes, I wanted to take Makinde before any other person. Makinde, are you there?
Yeah, bros, I'm there, sir.
Okay.
All right, good morning. Please, let's make it quick so that we can take everybody.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, everyone, sir.
Share, so we can have more people.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah,
good morning.
Baba Show, I really appreciate your efforts. In fact, you are waking us up already, and we are not ready to go back to 8-bit any longer. People like us, we don't believe in Nigeria politics from the onset. But when you came in, you tell us, you make us to realize the reason why we need to belong to that process. And that's why we're here, to make sure we partake in that politics so that we won't continue the way things have been running in this country. I believe what is happening now, some people don't even know that we actually need freedom, liberation, not willing. We are not here to pursue willing at all costs. We are here to conscientize people's mind so that they will know exactly what we are here for. We are here to change the narrative. We are here to change the story of this country. And the history will not forget us. And I will just urge you, Baba, please, don't ever fall for any one of these people calling us to come and join them. We start the movement. If anybody need an organic movement, should come and join us, because we know it before them. We have been telling them that these people owns the power.
It's true.
I think we lost you there.
They did not. Somebody is coming from the same old system, and they are now telling us that we should come again and join us first, and let's see what we can do after then. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you very much, Makinde. I want to take Insidibe. Insidibe, are you there?
Yes.
Please go ahead. Introduce yourself, please. Let's know where you're calling from.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Baba Show.
Good morning, sir.
My name is Insidibe Isaiah. I'm based in Lagos. I'm very, very grateful for this opportunity. You have done the very best, and I still stand on this very platform of AAC party. The man that spoke before the last two speakers have really spoken well. Please, in 2019, myself and my family, with a few friends, we voted you, and we have not regretted. I want to appeal to every one of us as well in this platform that we should not soil this party. I am convinced without any doubt that what we are putting down is very transparent, very, very true. Let us do the little we can do, and we will get the results. Notwithstanding, my question to you as my president and my incoming president is that we here, because we don't want to show ourselves too much, the question I need to ask is that, please, the campaign is already at the corner here. What will the legal department of the political party do when we going out on our own, sharing our flyers, talking to people, and these our boys from this other party with their 2x2 plank, wood, and machetes, or you are not offending them and they rose up to attack you? We have not slept in a police station before. So how swift and how fast will the legal department of the party respond to our rescue? We are ready to go with you in this party, and please don't allow anybody to convince us, to confuse us to come and join any party. I still want to refer to what Adeyan Judeji, because yesterday I just saw his post that this is the only party with true ideology. That word alone, I was lifted beyond excitement. Thank you so very much, sir.
Thank you very much, Insidibe Isaiah. Your question is about safety. We, during NSAS and after NSAS, as you know, we saved most of the people that were trapped in the system, including during NSAS actively when people were being attacked. You remember the guy carrying machete from Agege. What shut him down was our efforts. We identified him quickly and kept reporting about him that forced the police to go and put him away, or whomever sent him. It's not the best to reveal all the strategies, but if you have any of such problems, please reach us as quickly as possible so that we can intervene. There are a number of ways we can intervene that we don't need to tell on a public platform like this. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time, and keep putting in the best energy you have out there. There's no magic about these people. As I have said, what I said or what I've been saying since 2018 and 20 is now what majority of the new converts are saying, that the people are the structures you need to win election. And these other guys are just transactional politicians putting out transactional structures. If it is true that you are popular and your records can speak for you, why do you need to go and buy votes for 10,000 naira per person? It's because you don't have structures. You don't, even if they do, they don't trust the structures to deliver on their mandates. So they have to incentivize these structures. But we will continue to build structures that can stand the test of time. I am more comfortable in the middle or midst of people who are principled than the majority of people that don't even understand why they are doing what they are doing. One of our brothers said this morning, as we started this show, and I'm not mocking him, I respect everybody that comes on this show, that he doesn't even understand why he feels that we should just join these people. He does. You don't understand because it is what is called hypnosis. Hypnotize you. Before you can say anything, you are bombarded from left, right, and center. You are threatened. You are abused. You are cajoled. It is a political strategy as well. So don't worry about it. Stay where you are. Listen to your inner mind that tells you the truth, especially if you have seen signs and wonders that bothers you regarding these political movements. I will continue to say it, that I can never and would never join hands with any political movement or character that has had a hand in ruining this country. The certificateless ones or the ones that are harvesting organs and their brothers and sisters and cronies and friends and families. Not me. I would not do that. And I've distinguished myself over these years, and I prefer that I stay on the right side of history and do what is right than just follow the tide and you get carried away. Like somebody was saying about what Deji said yesterday, Deji, who is a good friend of mine. I respect his opinion and his stance. But, moments from time to time, he will say that Sowore and his people are different. They have a stand. There's ideological purity where they stand on issues of the development and progress and prosperity in Nigeria. That we have never, and I keep saying it, never been contractors. We've never stolen anybody's money, never invested anywhere that we can't explain. We've never joined them in doing wrong against the people of Nigeria. But I also understand that having all these years offended them, they know they will not forgive. Because the guys that I offended when I was in the university, they're still alive. The Babangidas of this world. The guys I offended when I traveled abroad, they're still around and they still hold political levers. People that you challenge, within the traditional sector, the religious sectors, the political sector, the cultural sectors, they're still around. So many of the people who constitute the bulk of, the bullying that you're seeing are people who we reported against their favorite political managers and heroes and lords. So it's not a difficult thing to understand why some of these things are, but stand firm and stand where you are. I am not going back on my words. I'm not going back on my words that I would never join a former PDP or former APC or a reformed PDP or reformed APC. That was what produced APC in 2015 or 2014 or thereabout. And Nigeria will probably never recover from what APC did to this country in the next 20 to 30 years. So thank you. Senator, I'm sorry, Favor, I see you there. Favor, are you there?
Good morning, Omoyele Sowore and everyone listening. It's
Good
a
morning.
privilege to be here. I want to personally thank you for waking a lot of Nigerians up, including myself. I have once completely gave up on the country because I myself, there's nothing anyone can tell me about APC or PDP that I don't know, because I have been involved during the PDP. Previously was PDP Ward 7 in Benin. I was there. I saw the way things were done, the way they share money, how they fight about money and all that. I left. When APC came on board as the Messiah, I joined during Adams Oshomole. On his very day of victory in the court was the day I knew APC was not what it was promised to be. Because during our celebration, we were led to one of the leaders' house, and they brought out a bunch of money and they were sharing money by 500. I always knew one thing from my childhood is that when people invest into something, they always want return. So I asked myself, where are this money coming from? So obviously they are going to get this money back. And it wasn't long before Oshomole showed himself for who he was. That's just by the way. So that is to say that I can't be deceived. Sowore, I love and respect you, not because of you being Sowore, but because I believe in your ideology. And that is what we are building. It is not, what will I call it? It is not just hype. Like you see people hyping right now. When you ask them, what is the ideology? What is the plan? There is no plan. You know, it has always been like this. People come up and say, this is the person who can win, but who can win has never been who can walk. A lot of people have won since the whole election started. Obasanjo won, but we are where we are today. Buhari won, we are where we are today. So if they keep seeking who will win, we win, but might not work. The party is founded on ideology, and we have shared a lot of these ideas. A lot of people who claim now that the party is not popular, Sowore is not popular, but when they speak, they still use the words that has been introduced by the Take It Back movement. You still hear the word like revolution that they were fighting. You still hear the word like we are taking back our country, although they are standing in the wrong side of the island. And they still claim, oh, these people are not popular. Sometimes I laugh when they tell me, Sowore brought Buhari to position. So if you are claiming that Sowore was the one who single-handedly brought Buhari to position, it means you are claiming that more than 16 million people already knew Sowore. So you can't turn back at that point and say nobody know him. So you will be contradicting yourself. So I want to appeal to Nigerians to please, whatever you do at this point determines what you get. This is your chance. You don't have to play with it. You don't have to be sentimental about it. It is our own, as I always say, we have a right to vote, but we have a duty to know who we are voting. And that duty should be taken seriously. I get tired when I see people following one hype or the other, and they come back to say, oh, this person is not popular. A lot of people were not popular. Like, for example, the lawyer who just went to court recently with his native attire. Who knew him before now? It is people who make people popular. So don't stand there and just say it's not popular. Do your own part. Play your own part. And if you play your own part, things will work out the way they should.
Favor, I just want to quickly also say that
Okay.
all of this is strategy. Is a strategy on their part. You understand? If you post something and people have to say on your timeline that you are not popular, how did they know? You understand?
Exactly.
50 different people. So it's a political strategy to demarket you to such a way that, demarket you in such a way that doubting your popularity.
Your stuff. Exactly.
Yes. It's a political strategy. This whole idea of one candidate coming to say everybody must do this, they didn't start overnight. They were planning it. They had meetings with all those celebrities that we are seeing. They had discussions. Probably a huge amount of resources were devoted to it. To say, we'll wake up one day and blanket this country with hype about something. It's social experimentation and political experimentation. And then the whole country start falling for it. And you'll be wondering, where did it happen? You'll be wondering, it's just like those things that used to happen in Lagos, where somebody would just start running. And everybody will be running after the person without asking.
Exactly,
why.
that's true.
Yeah, so these things are political. For those of us who know how these things work, we understand when it was happening, right? And what they were going to do. And we were warning a lot of people, this is what is happening. Before you know it, you find yourself in the middle of this storm in which you don't know where to start. Are you getting my point? So
yeah, I'm getting your point.
All political. Somebody wake up and say, oh, you that has got master's degree in public administration, that you should go to a local government to go and govern a local government and win in the local government first before. But the person whose certificate was good, or who used affidavit throughout his filing at INEC, is the most competent candidate. It's a political strategy. Let the thief govern us first. Let the sick man govern us first. You that is healthy, brilliant, intellectually sound, you go to the local government here. It's a political strategy. So they are surreptitiously entering into you. Yeah, that's the word we use in Nigeria. So, and they plan these things. The social media meetings you see, or trending of things you see, there's a WhatsApp devoted to them, or several WhatsApps devoted to them. And when it happens, they don't happen by accident. Even those who have good intentions, they have to plan for their good intentions to be popular. It is more difficult for people with good intentions to have mass hysteria because they don't usually have enough money to make them happen. It wasn't until this season that most of the young people in Nigeria knew that I was the one who first called for NSAS, the protest.
Yes,
because it's on Twitter.
True.
The timeline is there. One comedian who was part of the people hyping this even said it ignorantly that Sowore did not attend NSAS.
I've had a lot of that and I've debunked that.
So I'm just saying once again, all these things are political strategy. So instead of you standing where you stand firmly. As I usually say on these platforms, and I've said it several times, if somebody comes to your timeline to say something you don't like, don't keep quiet. You say what you like. And when every good person wakes up and stand up, you discover that all the noise will die down. They'll peter out. Because most of it is... Let me say one last thing to you. If somebody says you are not popular, you are not known, why is the person interested in you joining him? Why would anybody be interested in Sowore? Join us. Favor, join us. Ehimari, join us. but they keep telling you that you are useless, but they want you to join them. They are playing on your intelligence. It's up to you not to allow that to be dominant in the way you think and respond to those things. I just want to clarify that, and I thank you for that.
Thank you so much. On my closing thoughts,
I'm here.
I will say this on my closing thoughts.
Yes.
If you vote for anyone who won and the person did not provide electricity, did not provide road, did not provide good hospitals, you have just wasted your vote. It is not whether or not you vote for someone who wins or who does not win that determine whether or not you waste your vote. It is whether you vote for someone who works or does not work that determine whether you waste your vote. So on that note, I will thank everyone and thank you, Sowore, for the opportunity to speak.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm over here. Can I talk? Can I talk now?
Yeah, please go ahead quickly and let's hear you. Amuda.
Yes. See, thank you very much, sir. I'm a very big fan of yours. But today I just want to give an advice. So my advice is that, like, I know that Sowore, you've achieved a lot on a serious note. You have some weapons that your competitors don't have. You have some weapons that our enemies don't have, our politicians don't have. You've been able to what will I say? You've been able to disrupt the political space. Okay? You did that yesterday, not today. You've been able to achieve what these guys haven't done, and that is why they are jealous of you. Okay, that's why they are jealous of you. The same way you disrupt the media space, you've been able to disrupt the political space, and history will remember you well. Okay, so my own advice is that, fine, you've already been able to gather these instruments. Like, you've been able to wake up a lot of people, a lot of youth that are sleeping. You're able to wake up a lot of youth, a lot of people that are not politically interested. You've been able to bring them to the table. You've been able to, you have a lot of armies already. You have a lot of Nigerian youth that are standing on your ideology. Even those people that are not on the internet, you have them already scattered across the country. The only thing you have to do now is for you to find a way of connecting them together. I believe that maybe we creating a website. You understand? A website that will help us in connecting these people properly. Our Take It Back movement, our Revolution Now movement, our electorate follows that are tired of this failed system. We just need to find a way, like a blockchain way of bringing them together. We have 774 local governments in this country. How many local governments is 774 local governments? We just have to find a way of bringing these guys together, bringing everybody together. Fine, you are in this local government, okay? How many polling units is in your local government? Fine. How many people can you gather in these polling units? Are you with me, sir?
I am.
Are you
I'm
with me, sir?
To you.
Yes. How many people can you gather in this polling unit? Your guys, your people scattered across this country. Some of them don't know what to do. On a serious note, because they are not properly connected, they are not properly structured. You have like hundreds of thousands of people across the country. You just have to find a way of putting them together. Maybe just create a website specially made for that, on an app specially made for that. That when you click your app, you are going to discover, okay, fine, who are the Take It Backers? Who are the Take It Back as that are nearby? You understand? There might even be an hangout. For these people to come together, for them to share ideas or something like that. And some people can also come in and join. We having a representative in every local government or in every polling unit is a very easy thing to do if we are properly structured. You have like 50, let me just say, like 50 different groups online on Facebook alone. Take It Back movement, Take It Back this, and our peoples are there. People that love you, people that support your idea. You brought this idea to Nigeria, the Take It Back movement, the Revolution Now. You invented all these things. You've disrupted the political space already. There's nothing anybody can do about it. All these people will be just coming now, changing our Take It Back movement to when it was articulating in 2015, it does not know. In 2019, it does not know. Now he's saying that take it back movement. He's saying that take back Nigeria. So he does not want to take back Nigeria then. I mean, when he was articulating, he was busy articulating. So, sir, my advice is just that you have your weapons already. Don't concentrate on what the enemies are throwing at us. Let's concentrate on the energy that we have, the resources that we have, and let's multiply that. Let's multiply that and use that to the full efficiency. So that's my idea, sir.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Amuda. Your time are there.
Yes.
I
Thank you.
believe.
Yes.
So, can we take Senator? Is it Clarence?
Yeah.
You've been here
Yeah.
sitting for a while. Yes.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. I apologize for the delay. I think you've been around longer than
Yeah,
the last.
I've been.
Thank
Good
you.
morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Sowore. I'm very, very happy speaking here once again.
Good morning,
today.
sir.
Good morning. I happen to be a broadcaster with Niger FM, London. I've interviewed over 14 governors of our country. And even while you were there in America, if you have ever listened, I've always been doing this particular program that governs with Kaode Ogundamisi and some other people. Okay, now let's go. Formerly, I used to be former student union president, Lagos State Polytechnic. So you can know I'm still in the same corridor. But one thing, there is a problem in Nigeria as at today. We have this metamorphosis. I've always been telling people who have always seen Sowore, I said, the country is going through metamorphosis. The 20s now, the 20s, they don't believe anything because they've not seen anything good. Some of them were born when the country was bad. Some of them were born when Buhari started, and they don't know even free education. We went to free education with Bolagi and some other people in Ibadan. We know what they gave to us. They gave us free books, free tests, free everything. Even in fact, Oluyoro Hospital, there, UCH, was very, very good. Everybody goes there. Free health services, and you don't need to do anything to pay for anything. These people have not seen. The middle ones that have seen, they have joined the group, they have joined the bandwagon. Both in England, both in America, because they are looking for 50 pounds experience. They are mafias all over. Are you getting me? Hello?
Go ahead,
are you
please.
Listening? Okay. We have mafia for 50 pounds. Just collect 50 pounds from any of these politicians and they will do anything. It happened to me in London when I was trying to set up Nigerian Community Center. They called all the mafias together. They said, no, this idea cannot be done until we go to Tafida. We went to Tafida, the same thing all over. Because they want them to be recognized. The same thing when Babangida got to, they said Babangida must stay. They collected 10,000 pounds then. I know you will know about that. But one thing I want you to do now is that if they don't, because I don't want to deal into so many things. What I want us to do is, if we can tell them, tell the electorate, or have skits, skits, when you do some skits, these TikTok skits, because I always want a solution. I don't want talking. If you can do skits, take 2 or 4 children. Hello, where are you going? We are going to free education. Sowore provide free education. Pam, in 5 minutes, it's gone. These kind of small things go into the hearts of children. Just like with Nestle, they believe children are the things. They will tell their parents, we are going to free education. Call some people. Say, where are you going? We are going to hospital. Free. Sowore is going to provide free education, free health. You understand? These little skits, it will just go it will be viral. In 2012, Fashola came to London. After interviewing him, I went to the DLR to collect papers, to collect, what is this, railway something. I went to EDS to collect electric for Nigeria. Do you know Fashola gave it to Opeyemi Bamidele? You know Opeyemi Bamidele? He said, when we get to Lagos, give me this. Opeyemi Bamidele collected this thing. All of a sudden, I now learned they went to China to go and buy Gbegbe to train. I said, my God, this is what I have already planned. I've already gone to DLR to oh my God, these people. They just love to do something the way the business as usual. This is what British don't like. Something happened 3 days ago. Oh no, just yesterday. The chairman of Conservatives, Olivia, said he's resigning as the chairman of Conservatives because he cannot continue to lie and defend the indefensible. You understand? He said the man is doing business as usual. They don't like it. And if we have to go with what Jerry Rollins told you, are we ready? Are Nigerian people ready? And that's why I said, put on those kits, those small kits. Let it go. Let it continue to flow. Let it continue to flow. And before you know it, everybody will. This is because ordinary paper writing on Facebook, we might not get there. That's just the story. You might not get there. This country, they love to lie. They love to lie. In London, MP Onosoya, one of our MPs, Onosoya, lied because she was driving. At a particular point, they said, MP, where are you coming from? He said, no, it's not me that is driving. She just quickly left from the car. They said you lied. She lost her lawyer badge and MP.
So can we start wrapping up, Senator Klein, so that we can have other people?
So that's what I'm saying. What we needed, the strategies that will cover all these lies, that we should not just put it on paper. Let's have these small skits that, like I said, small skits, just like we have the free education, just free education, something, 1 or 2 or 3. Where are you going, children, with their bags? We are going to free education. Sowore has provided it. Everybody to go through Nigeria. Just small kids on TikToks. I believe TikToks can still do it. That's it, my dear.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Oluwatobi, can you please? You've been here standing for a while too.
Yeah. Good morning, everyone. Sowore. My name is Oluwatobi. I'm talking from Lagos. I just want to raise some observation about those who are voting. I think our government has schemed out those who money cannot buy out of electoral process. I want to make emphasis on something. If, like me, I cannot go to polling unit to vote for good 7 hours, I'm inside the sun, and my that day is not productive at all, I will not do such a thing. I think we need to start pushing that people should be able, maybe they can use blockchain technology, they can vote online. You understand? If we can vote online and they allow what's it called, diaspora voting, I can assure you, I can attest to that you will win with ease. Nothing like you are writing on social media. Everybody sees everything. But when they scheme out those who can vote, who money cannot buy, it is harder for people that they just start giving people money and they get their vote and they win. So that's what I want to just tell you this morning. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I like your very brief and concise contribution. Let's take orders and they do that. Himari.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Himari calling from Ibadan this morning. I think what I actually want to talk about is campaign tactics. This platform, I guess, of the avenue through which Sowore is reaching out to the Nigeria state for what is going to do in 2023. If media is something that cannot happen, I guess maybe Sowore should look for a way maybe to pin it to this, just to make sure we make use of our time very well. Now, the second one is our campaign tactics. For now, we still remain on the social media and maybe few works or maybe on the ground or whatever. I don't want to hear that campaign has not started. Yes, we all know that campaign has not started, but before then, we can be doing some other works like maybe consult, meeting, maybe party, or whatever. So just in a way to meet up with people. And again, I would equally like to know, with my look of things, do we actually have a campaign manager in our individual states, local governments, and whatever? It might be in existence, but to the best of my knowledge, I don't think the know of that. So I would equally like to hear what is Showore's plan concerning this. Because to my understanding, there are some people who cannot go on the social media to campaign, and there are other people who cannot go on the street to campaign. They can campaign in other ways, maybe supporting, maybe financially, branding their vehicles, or maybe supporting those who are actually doing the job. So we should actually look for a way to this campaign group very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I want to just clarify that since 1999, this campaign season, 2023 campaign season, is going to be the longest. 9 to 8 months of campaigning, non-stop. I think America is the only place where you can find such a long campaign period. So it requires planning. It requires a lot of energy, putting structures. When I say structures, now don't get me wrong, because not that type of structure. I've always condemned that. But I'm talking about putting our organs and ideas in place. If you are not careful and you are not stealing public money, if you rush your campaign, you will gas out in the middle of the campaign. Because the people you are dealing with don't have to deal with what you are dealing with. In Akure, I think 3 weeks ago, a friend of mine told me that when Tinubu arrived to Ondo State, he came with 3 aircraft. 3. One that brought him a backup and a helicopter that takes him to wherever he might want to go in the hinterland. We're not going to have access to that because we are not thieves. They're there. So the strategy is to ensure that everything we put in the campaign is optimally used and not rushed. And I agree with you that we need campaign reps everywhere, and that is being worked upon. Also, don't forget that our party was restored to us less than 3 weeks ago, or about 3 weeks ago. So rebuilding the party structures, organizing elections, ensuring that we upload credentials and documentation of our candidates continued for almost 2 weeks. Up to yesterday, we're still rectifying some of it as requested by INEC. Not that we didn't know what to do, but their servers have issues and they call us. So don't worry. You don't have to be told how we campaign. You know it already. And when we go into campaign, it's you that will be saying, don't you want to rest? That energy is there. You know it. And we have representation everywhere already. And we are making sure where we don't have, we're putting in place representation and leaders. We already have a campaign council. And they are working very hard on that ground. Thank you very much, Himari. I have Alex. Alex, you came before and left. You're back.
Yeah, hello?
Yes, Alex, go ahead,
hello.
please.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning. This is my first time talking on live on Facebook. I've never done it before in my life, but today, I'm very glad to talk to Mr. Sowore and everyone online. The problem is that in Nigerians, people don't really understand. I live in France. I live in France for the past 20 years now. So the problem in Nigeria, when people don't understand, I can see Mr. Sowore see a lot when people don't understand. You know, sometimes you look something from up, but you don't look something from down. Because I see people always complaining like, Mr. Sowore have to join, Mr. Obi have to join this so many people, because in past many years back, they said Sowore brought Buhari to power. And now people want Sowore to join Peter Obi again. So what I'm trying to tell people in Nigeria is that when we understand what Mr. Sowore is saying, I want all of us to understand it. Like, Sowore is a journalist. I know much about these people from the beginning of their life. If you are talking about, join this person, and Sowore is requesting, like, I don't want to join these people, you have to know that there is something fishing to see a Nigerian man that have nothing, like, nothing stain is a body, is very hard. Every one of us know that, because everybody want to put something in his mouth. That's what is happening in Nigeria, which all of us know. Sowore was adopted in Nigeria, like, okay, Sowore do this, collect money from somebody in Dubai, he collect this one. At the end of the day, they didn't see any proof. So all those things make us to understand that this person is the real person that we have to support. And I wish everybody to understand, because, in Nigerians, everybody looking for what to eat. They're not looking for their future. And for me, I would prefer if everybody can try to understand, and let's put everything together and forget about these past people. They are jumping from one party to another and make something possible for ourselves. That is it. So I was glad to be on this line this morning. So that's my own opinion.
Thank
And
you
I
very
pray
much.
everything
I
will work out.
appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank
Take
you.
it back, man. Wow, Tracy, you joined us this morning. I think it's good to see you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good
Thank you
morning.
so
How are you,
much.
Tracy?
I'm doing great.
Have you seen Tinubu's certificates this morning? They said it's missing.
I saw it.
The man should simply have said that somebody stole his certificate, and the woman then used it to wrap akara for some people. It's a better explanation than saying we went to a primary school. Anyway, you're welcome. Please go ahead.
Thank you so much.
Oh, I think we
Hello.
lost you. All right. Go ahead. Yes.
Okay, so you want to know my opinion about his missing certificates?
Anything. We invited people here this morning, as we do every Saturday now for the last 6 Saturdays, just to talk about politics. Today we have missing certificates issue. We have harvesters of organs, political crimes, and that has been part of Nigeria's history. And we're discussing all these issues as we move towards 2023. I know you have political opinions, but sometimes you like to keep it to yourself.
Exactly. Thank God
Nope.
you know.
Well, yeah, for those who may not know, it's Tracy Macquarie, Miss Amnesty. I know her a bit. And she just had her birthday recently. So let's just wish you happy birthday on this platform once
Thank
again.
you so much.
And hope to see you one of these days again,
Thank you.
All right. Maruf, let me take you. You've been here for a while as well.
Good morning, Mr. Moyele Sowore. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm talking to you from California, USA.
Wow, that's pretty early, man, for you.
Yes. Like last time, I was about to go to bed, and I
was going to
came
say
across
that.
that.
It's always a pleasure to have you on this platform on Saturday.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. Going straight, I really appreciate all you're doing, and many people do understand you, and the few that don't, you just need to dig more, and you need to be sincere with their conscience to be able to understand your ideology and what you stand for, and your kind of personality. So I know a lot of people already know his background, his history, but the few that don't know, that still need to understand who Omoyele Sowore is, I will just give you a brief summary from my understanding, from my knowledge of what I've been I've known about while I've been following him, I've been supporting him. Um, at a young age in the University of Lagos, he saw what cultists are doing to students, to the environment, to the community. He decided to fight and become the SCG president to fight these cultists, to stand down and stop all their shenanigans, and he was successful with that. And that is something very unique as someone who is young and trying to put justice in place. So and going forward in 1993, when Biola's election was annulled by um, Babangida, as the SCG president, he came out to support the injustice, to fight the injustice, and to support Abiola all through. Many of the SCG presidents of other universities, they compromised because they were giving cars, 505, Peugeot 505, and things like that. And he never, compromised. He stood by justice all through. And this was a very, very tough time for him because the government at that time were very, very callous. They did everything, detained him, maltreated him. And unfortunately, he was expelled. They used the university against him, expelled a couple of times, and they had to just find a way to graduate him. So, and because they couldn't stand dealing with him continuously. So they even attempted to kill him. Many things has happened to Sowore, and fortunately, in '99, he was able to leave the country to USA. I believe while he was in USA, he saw that the system is not different, things are still getting bad, and he felt like, what can he do to stop all this corruption and this politicians just stealing our resources? And he decided to start an online news reporting that is just going to target corrupt politicians, and he started breaking news disrupting their stealing of our resources and everything through our reporters. And he was able to do this successfully from a very, very small chance and for a small knowledge of this background, and he was able to do that. And he still saw that it wasn't working because he tried, they fought, they tried to sue him, but at the end of the day, he felt the best thing he can do is to come to Nigeria, and he saw who are the people we are electing. They are not what being our president, and he feel like if he can become the president, because he noticed that is the problem we have. The leadership is the problem of the country mainly. If we can get that right, we can get a lot of things right, and that's why he came in 2018 to become the president of Nigeria. He looked for the look at political parties he could work with. None of them, they all have cabals. I decided to launch his own, and somehow within a couple of months they were able to do a big movement. They were even afraid. That's why they wouldn't allow him to join a lot of the interviews with debates with other political presidential aspirants and things like that. But after the election, with what happened, for instance, I have some friends, because he came to California. I saw him in Oakland. I was with him in Oakland. We had friends that traveled for the election to go and vote from diaspora. They changed the election date because of that, because a lot of people, for instance, coming to Nigeria from the US, you probably took some days off work, thinking, okay, I'm just gonna go for the weekend, I'm gonna travel back to work. And so they changed the date on people, and people were frustrated. So it was just a mess. The election was more of a selection because they already had their plans. So he saw that and he felt like this is not gonna work continuously. That's why he's calling for revolution, because he feels like the best way is to wake up the youths, get them to realize that this system, these people, they're never going to stop, and they keep doing what they're doing, and election might not be feasible, might not be credible going forward. So why don't you just revolt and stop all their shenanigans? We can't continue like this, and most of the youths, they're not waking up. It's so sad. Suddenly they are just waking up on the wrong side of the bed right now, and I hope they can wake up on their right side of the bed and see what they are missing, because they will end up seeing that the person they are vying for was part of PDP, and I won't be surprised, God forbid, if he becomes president, they can't tell me that it won't work with them, Atiku with PDPs. So how does that work out for us? Because they're still gonna be in the bed together and doing things together. So, and they might end up, and if he doesn't become the president, because with all their shout and noises, if he doesn't, that revolution Sowore is calling for, they might end up wanting to vie for it. And a lot of people are already calling for it already. So we have to be we have to dig deep. I see our advise our comrades to keep doing what they're doing on Twitter, on all the social medias, how they are putting their words out. They should never relent. Some of them have run because they were not genuine. But we want like Sowore already said, like this is the what we really need are the genuine ones. We want people that have the same ideology, the same mindset like him that's the kind of people he wants to work with, not people that when it's time and they start compromising, they start being scared. Because we need people that are fearless, that understand what they want and they are ready to go for it, they're ready to die by it. These are the kind of people we want to work with. That's the kind of people he wants to work with. So going forward, for God's sake, let us keep doing what we're doing as comrades. Let us not let their shouting and their intimidation scare us or bother us. The truth will always prevail. And like I will end my my observations with this. So I saw something on Twitter today. There was someone that was saying, "Oh, Sowore brought Buhari into power," and it was challenged. And at the end of the day, he was a genuine person. He did his findings, and he said truly he has found out that he found one of his interview and he saw Sowore explain himself, and he saw that that was not the situation because he was just a reporter and people were just making this lie. So I appreciated him, and I told him that I appreciate what he did, and God bless his heart for being able to do that, to dig and find out and to be honest, to come out and say that, oh, I take my words back. And as comrades, let's keep doing what we're doing. These people will keep changing their minds. They will still, just like what do you call him? Peter Obi tweeted about Ike Ekweremedu and things like that. You can see people already complaining and condemning his tweet about his support. And so going forward, a lot of this will happen. And one thing is that you will always find Sowore to never compromise and will always be a fearless comrade. So let's just, if you don't know much, dig deep, be honest with yourself, and I'm sure that you will be on the right path of everything. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maruf, for joining us this morning. Man, I don't even know what to say. You know how to summarize all these things more than I do myself. Thank you so much. And
thank you, sir.
All right, Damien, Larry, you're there. Let's take your contribution quickly.
I want to say good morning to everyone. Thank you, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, for this opportunity to share. This is my first time of sharing on this platform. I join occasionally to listen to what people are saying, but now I have this privilege to share with you. I'm in the UK. I'm a missionary here in the UK, and I've been following you since 2018 when I first found you on social media sharing, and ever since I've been following and I've been sharing about you to a lot of people that even now I have to convince a lot of my family members, my wife know about you, my children, everyone know. When anytime we're talking about Nigeria, they ask me every time, why are you always looking about Nigerian news? And I said, my heart, I really, I think about my nation. I'm praying for my nation, and I want the best for Nigeria. And I know that you are the man that God has raised for our nation at this time. But a lot of people are confused. They don't know what they are doing. They are running after big news and all that. But what I want to say, I just want to go straight to the point about each and every one of us. I want to, bring the light on we that we are even listening. What is our part? What have we done, in this news about this platform, sharing about this party, sharing about Mr. Omoyele Sowore, that this is the man that really stand for the nation, and see that he really has the heart for our nation and for the country. So I just want to say that please, we should all do what we can do, whatever we can do to make sure that we play our own part. Like for me, what I did, in playing my part, even though I'm not on ground in Nigeria, I tried to talk to one of my siblings that I know that have passion for something good in the nation, that he has been trying the little he can do in contributing to the community and trying to look for people that are, young people that are struggling. They need something to do, and he's helping them to get a job or do handiwork, something that can bring in money for them. And I said, I see that you have something in mind to bring a change in the nation. Even this little that you are doing, you can extend it. So I called him and I told him, I said, I don't know if you have heard about African Action Congress. I want you to go and make your research about this party, and I want you to be part of the party. And now he has started, a branch of AAC in Maryland. So, and he's able to mobilize some young people, and he's also educating them about AAC. So now he has over 30 people in his group that he has been, sharing with them about this, this movement, this party. And I want, if each and every one of us can talk to our families, our brothers and sisters, mobilize them, mobilize our friends, and not be carried away by the news, by fake news that is being spread all over the place, all over the land. Don't let us focus on that. Let's focus on the future of our land. Focus on the future of our nation and see whatever we can do, whatever we can contribute. It doesn't have to be money. If you have the money, yes, contribute. But let's also try to mobilize people. Because if every one of us if we are mobilizing, you will see that, because we still have in Nigeria, we have over 200 million people. So, and it's not all the 200 million that are engaged in this political, movement. So, if we can get those who are not active, if we can get them active on our side, we will we'll just outrun all the other political parties that are, making, making noise all over the place and using money to buy conscience of people. Let's do whatever we can in our own part, in our own little space, to share about this movement and woo people in onto this AAC party, so that we have people that will bring this change that we want in our nation, this true change that we already have somebody that is standing for us, Mr. Omoyele Sowore, and others that have been, faithfully, every time in the rain, in the sun, when it's very difficult, very hard, that they put their life on the line. Please, let's try whatever we can to join and play our part. So thank you. That's my submission this morning. Thank you, Mr. Omoyele.
Thank you so much, Damilare Priest from London. I really appreciate your submission. Thank you. Thank you. Very passionate. Thank you. Jenny B, I see you. Can you please take it away? You'll be the second, I think you're the second female I saw here today, apart from Aqua. Jenny B, are you there?
Yes. Can you hear me?
We can hear you loud and clear. Please go ahead. Okay. Can you go ahead, please? Could you please go ahead, Jeremy? I think we lost her. Petrovic, can you go ahead?
Yeah, good morning, everyone.
Good morning. You have to raise your voice. We can't hear you. We can barely hear you.
Okay, this is actually my, can you hear me now?
Yes, better.
All right. This is actually my first time of speaking on this Facebook audio platform. I would just like to encourage our fellow comrades that we should continue the good work. Most of the obedient people that used to say, oh, we Sowore is not popular, is not this, is not that, are gradually changing their mantra, because on Twitter Spaces, some guys, Dorothy, me, and United always organize a Twitter space where we talk about presidential candidates and all that. So we've been able to convince most of these people about Sowore, and most of them are now saying, oh, we know Sowore is a good person, but they are always putting bots, and I know that by by the time we are done with them, they would remove the bot and then they would fully support us. And I also want to encourage our comrades that we should do more of our grassroots mobilizations, you know, and get people that are not online to, you know, to hear the gospel and key into our vision and plans. Thank you very much.
I thank you very much for your very precise and concise contribution this morning, submission. And thank you for the work that you do. I must note that even though we've never spoken before or reached out to each other, but I see you're a fighter out there for this social political justice that we're bringing on the system. Thank you, Petrovic, and I hope you keep it up. You know, thank you for this. Let me take Odole. Odole, are you there?
Yeah, good morning, sir.
Good morning, good morning. How are you today?
I'm very fine. I'm very fine.
Where are you reaching
Actually,
us?
I'm from India, New Delhi. New Delhi.
Wow,
Good
that's
afternoon.
very good. What time is
So,
it Delhi right now?
now is after 2, 40 minutes after 2.
PM or
PM, afternoon,
Okay.
afternoon.
All right. Go ahead,
All right.
please.
All right, straight to the point. Sir, I've spent a lot of times here in India, and I've seen the way their grassroots politics is being done, just like the way you started a few years ago. But I just want to ask if there's a way you can look into this advice. Over here, they have different languages, different castes, and different ethnics with religion. But what, most especially in Delhi right now, the people who are ruling the ruling party, they are not of the two biggest party, but they are just new party that came few years ago, just the time you ran for presidency last years. So what they did that I see that we should do this year is that in every look and crown where the language is different, when they are making their what is it called, their manifesto, they put everything in walls and in verbal in their languages which they understand, because these days I see most of our people in northern part, we only speak English, we only speak broken, and majority of them, mostly the women and the youth, they don't know how to speak or to communicate in English or in broken. I was in Kano a few years ago. I see a lot of this thing happening. When we speak in broken, they don't understand. When we speak in English, they don't understand. So, which means if we are to evangelize this party to the lowest grassroots, we have to find a way to communicate effectively with them. So, I think that is one thing that people over here in India, they do most. They communicate, they don't use their normal Hindi language, but they communicate with the lowest of the lowest people with the language which they understand. So that is my first point. And the second one, just like the last three callers said about this cartoon or this TikTok, I think you have to look into that aspect. Maybe if we start to push video out, I think a lot of this manifesto people will understand. Like my brother is in Lagos now. He used to cry for Tinubu Atiku. But just these few days, I told him, if you look into this manifesto, you will see that this is exactly what you enjoy when you are in secondary school, when you are in primary school. And he said, okay, show me. I posted it to him on WhatsApp. When he sees it, I said, so tell me, can Atiku do this? Can Atiku can even write this and say, this is what I want to do? I listened to your interview before Peter Obi interview. And the other guy in Arise TV, ask him, what will you do about restructuring? And the man keep blabbing. He cannot say specific that, oh, I'm going to do this, that in restructuring. Peter Obi could not answer effectively regarding restructuring, but you break everything down into two for them to understand, for Nigerian people to understand. So I don't know what obedient people want to hear. So I think the only thing they want to hear now is for us to push this manifesto in their own language. Like Dr. Shidi said last time, that we have to go back to them in their language they understand. So I think language barrier also, most of these guys, they understand English, but they don't know what they are saying. So this is my submission. Thank you very much. This is my first time talking to you, and I'm very happy. Thank you.
Hello. 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 I'm not hearing you, sir. Good morning, sir.
All right. Can we take dollar? Dollar,
Yeah.
please. Yeah, dollar.
Hello.
Let me take dollar.
Hello, thank you so much for the opportunity. Just to say quickly, I said this the last time I joined about my first encounter with, well, not encounter, we've never met before. We sure was when I was 11 years old, where there was a protest. We were protesting, I think, at that time about the raise of school fees. So the school was shut down, and my sister had to come. And as an 11-year-old, all I wanted to do was play because I'd just come back from school, from boarding school. And now without being home, it means I have to work. I can't play. So I was thinking, who is this? She said to me at the time that Sowore has shut the school down because of school fees. I told I was on Rufai Oseni's show after he left. And I told him the story that there was no way my sister would have graduated from Unilag if you had not done that at that time. There was no way my mother would have been able to fend or pay for 6 children, a single mother who was not educated, if you had not stood for it at the time. And at this time, you're probably about what, maybe 21? Now, so you can, well, that's just by the way. But I told Hussein and he totally surprised. In fact, I'm surprised myself that you are still around. But anyway, that's all. That's all. By the way, my name is Dola. I'm calling from Leeds. My question first, really, or no question, suggestion is it possible? Now that the primaries are done and over with, we know who the candidates are for every position. Can they start doing short videos that we can then push on the internet, on Twitter, to say, I'm such and such, vying for such and such? Not so much a campaign, but just so people know them and we can spread that across the internet.
Yes.
Question. Yeah, that's the first question.
Suggestion.
And if we do it now, it will be great because that way they become public faces anyway, and they start to champion, the points of, based on their local speak particular language, and that goes to the point the gentleman was saying earlier. That's that's my main point. However, I've got like an observation. You know, when you go to AAC Party volunteer website,
yes,
where it asks the question, which of the following support areas are you interested in? It's only an option to choose one.
Oh, okay.
To select. Yeah.
All right.
If that's more to select, people want to maybe select two, because if you go from one radio button to the other, it's either one and that's it. So maybe improved if your tech guys can do it. But yeah, absolutely. You win my 11-year-old life.
Well, I'm so happy to hear from you. I listened to a little bit of that on the Rufai's show, and I was hoping that I'll meet the person, one day, because I started early, as you know, and I went through a lot. But one of the things that made me talk a lot about education and safety for young people, it was my experience at the University of Lagos. Just like your mom, the day I was leaving the village to take up admission at Unilag, my father had only 40 naira. 40 naira. He moved from house to house in the village to get me 40 naira. He then accompanied it with a letter to my uncles in Lagos to please help me, because we needed 45 naira for school fees and 90 naira for the hostel accommodation. I had only 40 naira, so they gave me some other money for transportation to Lagos and a huge bag of gari to take to Unilag. So when I arrived in the University of Lagos, from the gate, because the gari was the only thing I carried that was conspicuous, they were making fun of me as I was approaching my hostel. Look at this boy. Did you think he come? Is this a refugee camp and all that? I was so ashamed of myself. It was like, I was 18 years old. So I had to go to my uncle's before I could get a little bit more money to pay my school fees. And I then started imagining if I would have made it to the university, if I didn't have uncles that could help a little bit. So every opportunity I had, I fought, because I knew that probably thousands of students who are in my position. So throughout my stay at the University of Lagos, which was 6 years, our school fees did not rise by a dime. I made sure that didn't happen. I also got involved in fighting cultism, because a lot of vulnerable students were punished. The students were being raped. It was crazy. I fought very hard to ensure student safety. Throughout my stay as a student union leader at the University of Lagos, no student was killed by cultists. The year I left, I don't know how many people died, but I was on campus one day when I heard that the guy was shot through his nostril. It was a welfare secretary of student union after we left. And I was thinking about these needless deaths. And I wish I was around to have stopped that. So many things. I'm glad to hear from you. I think you said in that submission at Husseini's page, radio show, that your sister is late now. If I'm correct.
Oh yeah, she's passed now. She would have been able to sort of, she would have been. It would be funny now to say, because at that time she just turned up in a taxi. I was playing football. She said, "So, auntie, what are you doing at home?" She said, "Oh, Sowore shut down the school. They are trying to raise the school fees." And I'm thinking, wow, who is this guy? But yeah,
sorry.
I am grateful for that fact. That I can say it now. Yeah.
Sorry to hear about her passing. I send my condolences to you and the family. And but one day we'll meet in person. Thank you so much, Dola, for at least telling some of my life stories that I never knew existed.
It's an absolute honor on my part. It's an absolute honor.
So I hope we can throw your number in my DM if you have time, and I'll send you.
Oh yeah, I will do. Yeah, I will do.
Keep in touch on and offline. Thank you.
Okay, no problem.
Frank, are you there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
It's going to be my last person, except I'm able to take Jenny B to watch him.
Okay, sir.
So that we can wrap it up for the day.
Okay, sir.
Go
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank
My
you.
name is Frank Idiaro. I'm from Benin.
Yes.
Sir, please, what I have to ask is direct question from you. Sir, please, I don't really know anything about Edo State because it's high time I start mobilizing my people, telling them about AAC. So I just want to hear from you and you give me go ahead because I'm one person that believes in my country. I live here in Italy. So that's why, sir. I don't know if you can give me your number or if I can send you my
Drop your
so that
number.
I can
Drop
talk
your
with
number.
you, sir.
Yeah, I can always reach out to you. Benin is a solid place. Edo State is a solid place for AAC.
Yes, sir.
It's like our traditional base. So I'll put you in touch with our people on the ground there to work with, okay?
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
I have a beautiful Saturday. And
thank you very much, sir. You too.
Jenny, I see you there. Jenny, are you there? Okay, looks like Jenny is still struggling with using this mic thing. Oluwaseun, can we take you as the last speaker?
Yeah, Mr. President, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear, Oluwaseun. Thank you
Oh,
so
good,
much.
good. I'm happy again to speak today. It's always like Sunday services to the Christians and the Muslim on Friday. We have to attend this meeting. A lot of people have spoken a lot of beautiful things, and on a lighter mood, I think we should have testimony time on this platform so that we can because we give you testimony of what happened throughout the week in the struggle and how much we've been able to push.
From a dollar lighting up my
Can you hear me, sir?
Yeah. So,
okay. Yeah.
Can you
so
hear
can I
me?
continue?
Go ahead, please. Go ahead. Jenny, can you hold on, please? Let's finish with.
I just have a few things. Number one is, please, let's have some of these suggestions that people are making. I know that because I'm really following the party everywhere, so I know what is going on. I know that a lot of work is at hand. But in terms of readiness for the next strain of campaign, I know that a lot is going on. But let's be jotting some of the ideas that people have said earlier
No,
down.
someone is taking notes, please.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. So I want to tell comrades, AAC member, take it back, revolutionaries, that, I mean, if you have not sat down to read the manifesto on the website, you should do that. One thing that's giving us edge, and I'm saying this based on my experience, is the fact that we know what we are saying. I mean, when you speak, sometimes I join spaces, sometimes I listen to people speak, and I don't even go to speaker session. I see people talking, and they know what they are saying, and this is what is differentiating us from these people. So I don't want to have a situation whereby you want to go and talk to other people, and you are just sounding, you're not representing us well. Please take time to read manifesto, to understand what AS is all about, understand where we are coming from, engage people based on intellectual. This is what differentiates us, and that's why we are not the people that coerce people. We talk with conviction. Now everybody is talking about ideology. When we told them before, they said no, there's no ideology. You can cross carpet, you can cross from one place to another. But now people are talking about ideology. So, guys, I think Sowore and everybody that is involved has made this work very easy. You cannot go to any place, and when they know that you are this, I was in a space where I was just talking naturally, and somebody said, that guy is, they are Sowore people. They don't talk, just talk. They have their stand, they have their ideology, and they have their conviction. I mean, if somebody that is saying you that is supporting a candidate that doesn't have certificate is telling you that, then that is a testimony right there. So, guys, we have a lot of work to do, and we must be conscious about it. We must be ready to invest our time, and we must not play to gallery when people are saying Sowore is not known. They are just blabbing. Sowore has said that before. These people knows what they are trying to do. They're just trying to you know, bring us down to their own level. When you ask them about the manifesto, they don't have one. They don't really have anything to show, and whenever you are engaging them, they have a way of, you know, splitting out what their oppressors have, the narrative of their oppressor has given to them. So they don't really have, they are programmed. That's the word. They are programmed to speak those things. And when you engage them, somebody was saying, and I'm going to write it off like this, a few days ago, I think 3 days ago, on Facebook, and he said, I like Sowore, but this guy, I will have supported him in 2019, but I realized that he's arrogant, he insults people. Then I just went to the comment section, I asked him, I said, can you tell me where Sowore has ever insulted ordinary Nigeria like you and me? And if you show me one, then I will just leave Sowore. I will not back Sowore again. Sowore only speaks against people who steal our commonwealth. Why are you having a dick for somebody's? Why are you having troubles for somebody's dick? And the guy was like, so I broke it down to him, and he couldn't say anything, you know. Then he came to my DM and he was like, yeah, you are saying the truth. So don't fall for all those fake things they are saying. Some of them are annoyed because Sowore sometimes they go as expose their religious leader, maybe their pastor. You know, we know all this history on the Harry Potter's news. You know, some of them are afraid and are bitter because they are Obas have been exposed sometimes ago. So they have different kind of reasons why they are this. But the truth is that we are penetrating and we are giving conviction daily. And this is me telling you from my experience, and I'm saying that we are doing well, and we should not relent, and victory is ours. Thank you, Mr. President, once again.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it, Oluwaseun. Let me see if I can get Jenny B to be. Oh, she says, Jenny, are you there?
Yeah. Good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear now.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, this is my first time speaking in the Facebook, and it's I've not been in this media or this place before. I'm learning. So thank you very much. I want to thank you very much. Thank you. And I'm so proud to be a part of your generation. Thank you very much, sir. So let me speak the language everybody will hear. So what I want to tell you now for here be saying, as long you were there here, you there Nigeria, or you come up for Nigeria 8 years ago, or you see there Nigeria, if you know say you go school, you go university, you get certificate there your hand, you know if you use and work. Let me will not talk about years back. We are talking about this 8 years of Buhari, PDP, APC, or Labour. I don't want to mention their name. So if you know say you know if you use your certificate, they can't call you say. Everybody when they shout now say Peter B, he do this one. If person call you, sit there and say come work, don't fool Anna Bra, and you really know say you go work for these 8 years, kudos for you. But if you know say you know nobody call you say may you can't use your certificate work for there, my brother, may we stop to deceive ourselves. And as what happen there now, they say Kweremadu carry pikin go London. If a good hospital day, you know they Anabra when they Kweremadu want carry pikin go there, go do this organ, he can't carry a go there. So if he be say we get that kind of hospital for there, he go carry and go that place. I believe say no carry and go there. So all this one at least see, Oyibo say see is believing. So all these things we will not get, no school, no road, no hospital, no security. And person don't come when one can give us all these things. And we see the that they say they don't know Sowore, they don't know Sowore. Me, I ask 2 people who they call me, they say, this man when you they follow, so you know now your uncle, now your brother. I say, not be my uncle, not be my brother, but now your brother, now my brother, now my uncle, now your uncle. He can't help us because we don't do the inside darkness. So I beg, what I want to tell everybody, make we join hands together. Make we know they listen to all these people where they say we don't know Sowore, they lie, now deceive that they deceive us. They are deceived, neither they deceive us. They want, because this train, when all of them want jump put, if you want sick, they're not go feel, nobody go feel, all of them want enter that train, nobody go save. So if we not say we don't tire for all these things, we need good life for ourselves, for our born generation. Make everybody join her. Anywhere when you want to campaign, talk your own for media. Meanwhile, they are not sabi user before. But our comrade, our president Obi, come make me understand, say, no matter say we not go, I go feel user. Anytime when I chat with any of the comrades, I'll tell them, they'll tell me, say, you will feed one, try. So, may we they help ourselves. It don't reach the time. Our mumu, it don't do. Our follow, it don't do. That's it don't come when one open our eye. And it don't take when they open, and we don't want to see them. May we follow, so that we'll feel come off inside this darkness. As we there abroad for here, we went there here. If me, I tell you what here they do for living, you're not going to believe your two eye. But I will feel come my country, can't do business. But security not there, light not there. When I did Nigeria, when I smoke, Michelin, when they do tire, they don't stay that time. They don't carry that company, carry and go Ghana. They don't carry and go Ghana. I know how many people when they work for inside there that time. So many industry, not today Nigeria. So see the manifesto when our brother put for there. Even though at least you not be read, you often give person make it read down for you, may you see there. You go see tell yourself, sir, my certificate where rats don't chop one side. I go see make use of them. May we talk to the follow our mumu dodo. I beg everyone when they here. Carry your anything when you will take support, now your money, now your mat, now your flyer, anything when you fit take support, come out now our time now. This is show time. So let's support our brothers so that we'll feel reach that our promised land. Thank you, everybody. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity.
Jenny B. Thank you so much for that very beautiful submission that will wrap up this Saturday's discussion. So after having done the discussion, we don't preach, we don't give testimony. This is tithing time. Not tight now. No, just a joke. Let me wrap up here by thanking Crown Cole, Laredo, Alex, Fabi. Great to see you here online. You've been around. Tracy, I never see your Keiko. Ken, thank you for joining us. William Zefe, thank you. Olumide, Omolara Alagbala. Aziz, thank you. Makinde, thank you for staying with us today from Ekiti. Ashiwaju, testimony. Dollar, thank you for that fantastic testimony. Damilare, thank you for your very solid contribution today. Otumba, Abiodun, Okweyemi, Tech. Osanyeme, you didn't talk today, but typically you would speak. Biodun, Tola Jubi, Alex, you spoke very well today. Tayo, Ikena, Awo, Olabode, Olunike, Sen, thank you for your submission earlier. Oluwatosi, Handsome, Solomon, Himari, thanks for speaking out today. Kayode, Oluwadare, Odole, all the way from India. Thank you so much for today. Akifenwa, John, Adeyeye, Olajide, Godfrey, Adebowale, Gibson, Taiwo, Chooks, Stanley, John, Ademola, thank you all. Akim, Petrovich, solid guy. Adejumo, Suleiman, Jolomi, Ayodele, Chima, Oluwatobi, Adebayo, Ajayi, Oladayo, Ishak, thank you. Sunday, Gowinja, Adebayo, Petro, Umpado, Roy, Temidayo, Abiola, Olufemi, thank you. I see what you do out there daily. Honorable, Olumide, Ogunyemi, Oluwafemi, Femi Victor, Olua Cross, thank you for participating today. Yamu, Anake, Mick, Alade Loba, Emma, Adebisi, Amuson, thank you so much for your contributions today. Maruf, Uradia, Ehis, Clark, Alafia Loju, Osakwe, John, Gracie, Choosing, Ehis, again, Talatu, Cletus, Marvelous, thank you all. Titilayo, Amogo, thank you all. Musbao, Frank, just thanking all of you. Williams, Akile, Miyoyo, Taiwo, Rita Chi, Nite, James, Akehile, Oluwale, Loretta, Eddie Tiro, you work so hard. I want to thank you. Folago, Olas, thank you all so much. David, Aid, James, I want to thank all of you. A lot of people have dropped off as we're wrapping up. I'll see you next time, about this time next week. And as we have these conversations, I see massive improvement in the way our people are campaigning now, the way they are responding. And I'm glad that these conversations we have on Saturday helps to answer a lot of your questions. It helps to debunk a lot of myths. And I see the confidence that we're going out there to campaign. I said before, and believe me, we got 8 solid months to go, and we are experts at grassroots, offline, and online campaign. All of them must be deployed. Don't be afraid of anybody this time around, and as we have always done, we will overcome. And those who are taking those, like Femi Adeyeye, Juwon, and others who are working hard to collate your ideas and suggestions and questions, I want to thank all of them. That's those who are working in the background with me, reaching you this morning. Continue to challenge the status quo. Make sure that we defeat them this time around, and there's no compromises, no going back, no mergers, no acquisitions. We are not people to be bought and sold in the market of flimsy political ideas. We know where we stand, and we stand for revolution. We stand to take it back, and we're saying we cannot continue like this. Have a nice Saturday and a beautiful weekend. Goodbye for now.